Yep. Hey guys, my name is Nick and welcome to my channel. Gretel and Hansel is a new adaptation of the classic Grimm fairy tale. Siblings Hansel and Gretel wander through the dark and lonely woods seeking food and shelter until they come across the creepy cottage housing a menacing witch who has a world of horrors awaiting them. This is the part where I admit that I am a huge fairy tale lover. I always have been. Shout out to anyone who grew up with fairy tale theater. You are my people. But I'm also a huge fan of horror films, so any live action horror spin on a fairy tale, you've got me. I'm in, especially with director Osgood Perkins on board. He did The Black Coat's Daughter, which is a movie that I think is one of the best horror films of the 2010s, but he also did I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House for Netflix, which I didn't care for, but I still appreciated his stylized direction. Unfortunately, this movie ends up falling into the trappings of my biggest fear, and that's with such short material to be working from that they wouldn't be able to expand it into a feature-length film fully. And this just doesn't really do anything to add to the story that we already know. The first part of the film was the most entertaining as their characters had interesting challenges to face, but as soon as they get to the witch's house, things grind to a halt, and the film shifts focus to Gretel trying to figure out what's going on with the witch, and it's like, this is horror Hansel and Gretel. I think we know how this is gonna go. About 60% of the movie is Gretel having nightmare visions that load the film with plenty of jump scares like this is some bargain bin J-horror ripoff, and you yourself will feel like you are having a nightmare because this movie nearly put me to sleep. It becomes so boring, which is the worst part of all because nothing is happening. As wonderful as everything looks, there's just nothing going on. And there's an interesting development with Gretel's character, but by the time it pays off in the climax, you're like, wait, that doesn't even make any sense. Why on earth was that happening? The film looks great, and I still really appreciate Perkins' direction because it has that atmospheric quality. There's a lot of creepy, witchy stuff going on, like in the background. There's really nothing going on here. It's just not an entertaining story. This movie is under an hour and a half and it still feels like 2 hours. I mean, that's just not good no matter what. As much as I like a good creepy atmospheric horror film, this one just doesn't have enough going on to be memorable to me. I'm gonna give Gretel and Hansel a 2 out of 5, and while it looks beautiful and creepy, this is pretty much a nothing movie with nothing going on. If you're really into atmospheric horror, I would maybe recommend it, but honestly, this isn't anything you need to rush out and see. What did you guys think of Gretel and Hansel? Thank you so much for watching this video. Feel free to hit the comments and let me know what you thought of the film. Like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to watch this now, and I'll see you in my next video.